A happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you are doing well wherever you are. I am up here because I am busy searching for an apartment that is going to satisfy my family needs in Washington, D.C. The thing about Washington, D.C., you will find apartment complexes with everything a human being needs in terms of amenities, from the gym to spacious rooftop places where you can lounge and do whatever. But the apartments inside, they are very limited in space. Even if it's a 2-bedroom apartment, oh boy, it is still very small. I'm still searching, and I don't know when I'm going to succeed, but it looks like I have to succeed as quickly as possible. So welcome to my channel. If you're new, please do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to like. You are very much welcome. So yeah,
hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Belile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa, but currently I live here in Washington, D.C. So I live in between the two countries. I am in Washington, D.C. right now. Probably you are going to be watching content from this side for a while, and then later on I'll be back in South Africa and you will be watching content in South Africa. So that's just who I am and what I present on this channel. Recently, we moved to Washington, D.C. last year, at the beginning of last year, and I took you guys with me, but in between I do travel back to South Africa and I come back here. So it's been quite a roller coaster of trying to see where I fit, because I still have work back in South Africa. Sometimes I have to go back to South Africa. I am trying to cut that so that I can be present full-time for my husband here. So there are so many things that I'm still working on back in South Africa so that I can be present here and support my husband while I'm here. Content creation, it probably looks like somehow, somewhere it's going to be my full-time job, and I'll be giving you guys a lot of content, trying to make money from this side. I think that's what's going to happen, because whatever I have with people in South Africa contractually and also work-wise, it probably will end. There are projects that are going to end, and then I won't have any other means of making money, because I need to be here and be present for my husband, and we need to build our life together. We have never been separated, guys. We have been married for over 30 years, so not now. It's not gonna happen. So we are trying to figure out how we are going to navigate this whole thing. We are lucky because in June he takes the students for a cultural program in South Africa. So that helps us a lot, because we go back to South Africa for a good full 2 months and we can do so many things. And then in December we buy our own tickets and then we go back to South Africa for the festive season. So maybe twice in a year we go back to South Africa for a couple of months, 2 months in South Africa. So basically it looks like we are going to be living like probably within the 12 months of the year, 4 months will be spent in South Africa. That's just how it looks like right now. This year I'm going to be more often in South Africa, but I think by the 3rd year of us doing this, it's going to change a lot. I can see that happening. We are trying to look for a bigger place here in Washington, D.C. so that we can probably have my son coming over to visit us and then going back to South Africa. Even when my daughter comes to visit us here in LA to visit us here in Washington, D.C. from LA with her husband, at least they can have a room to sleep and we can just really move around in a bigger space. So that's what we are looking for right now. So for him to put a lot of impact, we need to support him as a family. We need to be around here.
yeah, guys, the struggle is real, but I'm sure we are going to find an apartment soon, because we have to find one soon before we can go back to South Africa for the summer break, so that when we are coming back in August, we will have an apartment to stay on. We are not being rushed to leave the space where we are. but we feel like if we prolong and delay the move, we are going to find ourselves having to pay for an apartment that we are not staying in the next 2 months during the summer break. So yeah, this is what we are really struggling with right now. Other than that, the life continues. I'm going to take you guys through my life here in Washington, D.C. Also, on today's video, I'm just going to also answer a question one of you has asked me on email. People are very interested in knowing how do I keep my lifestyle the way I keep it in the rural areas. How do I manage to live a modern life in the rural areas and also live a private life in the rural areas? There is a perception that the rural areas, people get into your business and you are living amongst people who are going to be coming into your homestead and requiring you to engage all the time. Not exactly. Living in the village in South Africa is quite a very peaceful adventure for anyone. So the person who sent me an email asked me a very interesting question because she is female and she is single and she is also having 2 children who are still at primary school, and she will be taking them to high school, and she wants the best education for those 2 children. She wanted to know from me how can she achieve that kind of a lifestyle in the rural areas without having to compromise the education for her children and also compromising her ways of living. So yeah, I'll take you through all of that. Alright, the washing is in the machine and I have been doing a lot of house chores now. I'm just eating lunch because I have some other things to do. Then later on I'll wait for my husband to go to the store because tomorrow I want to cook South African food. I'm just craving for something that's going to remind me of home, and I don't have what I need right now. The only thing that I do have, it is meat, but I want to cook steamed bread and I don't have flour and I don't have yeast, so I need to go and buy those things. I'll talk to you guys when I go to the store later. Let me just prepare my lunch and then I'll catch up with you guys later. Oh well, before it is too late and before I forget, let me just answer the question that I received on email from a young woman who has acquired land in the rural areas in South Africa, who has 2 children that are in primary school getting ready to go to high school, and she is a professional herself, and she says she works from home and she's got her own business consulting for several companies, and she's looking forward to a peaceful life in the rural areas, but she is just wondering how do I keep a private life, because she's looking at being private at the same time but acknowledging the fact that she's living around people in the village where she will be living. So I kind of like gave her advice. She was worried about Wi-Fi. Number one, she has made sure that she has quite a lot of things that she will need when she lives in the rural area. She's got electricity. She says she's got a borehole system that she has put into her homestead, but the only thing that worries her is Wi-Fi, because she needs to be working all the time. And then also she is going to be moving her children to the rural areas, and she's wondering about schools. We spoke and I told her that it's probably advisable that she uses Wi-Fi that is reliable. We do have Wi-Fi in my homestead, for example, and we use the multi-choice Wi-Fi, and it has been good, just that you have to keep on loading it, and it is not as fast as the Wi-Fi in Johannesburg because of fiber issues, but it is reliable, and I've been able to upload videos and do so many things when I am in the village. So yeah, and then with regards to living a private life and a modern life and keeping her lifestyle in the village without having to worry about what people are thinking, and I promised her that I have been able to do this with ease because people in the village mind their own business. Actually, they do not visit people's houses unless you have invited them. That is just the discipline that is in the village. Another thing is that when you are living your life and you are keeping everything to yourself but still being respectful of the way people are living around in your village, you are likely to live a wonderful and fantastic life. People really are not as what people always say about people in the rural areas. People speak about witchcraft, they speak about jealousy. I have never experienced that. I think it's something that is not in my mind. So I told her that if she doesn't think about that and believe in that, she's likely to live a very peaceful life in the villages in South Africa. Another thing also that she asked for was the schools for her children because they are going to high school. Then I told her straight that it will be advisable for her to take them to a boarding school, whether a private or a public boarding school, because that probably might work better for her. I'm not saying the education in the rural areas is not good, but there is a chance that her children might need to be in an institution that has enough infrastructure or tools for them to learn and also be as effective as they can be. I mean, like sometimes we cannot ignore the fact that our schools in the rural areas are still not having the infrastructure that is effective for the children who are studying there, but we do have a lot of children that pass very well in the rural areas. Okay, guys, it is a beautiful evening. The time right now is just after 6 p.m. and we are going to Giant to buy the stuff that I talked to you about. So glad my husband is going to help me carry all of this. So yeah, before we left for the shop, I checked my cupboards. As you guys noticed, I have a lot of South African spices, soups, and so many things, even the curry powders, your rajas, your Durban curry, your masalas. I just don't need to buy all of that. Maybe I got 3. It's not from the organic side, huh? Non-organic. Hey. Where's the Goya one? Oh, why is it so yellow? Yeah, but a white one. This is not. Yeah, it is the one that we normally buy. Yeah, so simple. This 10 one. Oh.
I'm gonna ask for a big plastic.
As you can see, guys, we are done shopping. We didn't buy quite a lot of stuff because we still have food in the house. It is a beautiful evening. The spring is bringing and people's flowers in their gardens look nice. I just love the breeze. I just love walking outside at night here. So nice and safe. Alright guys, I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.
The struggle is real because sometimes when we are looking for things that we are so used to, it's difficult to find those things. So I bought all-purpose flour. I did buy it last year and I cooked with it and it finished. So this time I'm like, let me just buy a little bit because I don't use this a lot. You know, I'm not the person who likes to bake or do anything a lot. So I bought this one yesterday and I'm going to cook steamed bread, which in isiZulu. That's what I'm going to cook with this. And I bought dry yeast. And I mean, like, these are the things that I'm just going to use with sugar and salt. I felt like I need to cook something that feels like home. Since I've been here, I haven't cooked that.
Okay guys, today is the day I am cooking South African food. So here we are. I've cooked this many times with you guys, so I'm sure you know exactly what I'm cooking. I'm going to show you the product when I'm done, but this is just the process and I'll catch up with you guys later. Okay, it's 1 hour later and our steamed bread uchecha looks beautiful. I didn't put a lot of flour, so I just used the little flour that I had and I didn't finish the pack. So this is enough for my husband and I, and I'm sure it's going to be lasting us for probably another day or two. So it is quite a lot for 2 people and it is very filling. When you're eating this, you really want to sleep after that. So yeah, let me just dish up and I'll show you everything once it's done. simple and straightforward and delicious. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys on Wednesday on another video. I am going to be posting Wednesdays and Sundays moving
I just
forward.
love to say the
Bye
first one
bye.
we saw for just the part and give